All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So here we have me doing some wrist preparation work for my handstand journey day 2. And as you can see here, I'm cranking my wrist down into flexion. And, I guess my mobility is not that bad. At least from the way how I filmed it, it looks okay. But it's a very painful movement for me. Obviously, all of this is sped up. So down here on the floor, I'm doing, what is it? Like, not really fingertip push ups, but again, I'm doing push ups on this part of my hand. Very small movement though, because I feel like I don't really need to raise my hand all the way up to like 90 degrees or something like that. Like, even just like a centimeter or half a centimeter movement really is enough for me to stimulate the tendons. That's really where I feel the pain is, like, in the tendons of the forearm and in the wrist. So those type of things help me out a lot. Back of the wrist too, I did a little bit more on the floor here. Again, all this is sped up real fast. I filmed most of my sets. And as you can see here, I also did some gymnastic hand type positions on the floor and started pressing on those. And I felt like my wrists are getting a bit stronger. They can handle that position a little bit better. I actually felt sort of strong in that position. So in a moment here, I'm going to show you that I did some push-ups in this position as well. There we go. I started them off there. I'm trying to undo decades of neglect and, post-surgery pain. So this is a very long journey for me, but spending a lot of time here. So again, I got my fingers in the gymnastic type position. This is a push-up, but I'm not really sort of training arms or chest. This is all for the wrist and the hands and the fingers. So I'm trying to lean forward a little bit. I'm not really doing like a planche push-up, but I am leaning a little bit more over the hands than I normally would in a push-up. Might be hard to see from this angle. But if I look at my forearm, it doesn't really stay vertical, which is a clear sign of bad form. When you do your push-ups, as far as I know, you would want to have your forearm perpendicular to the floor to really exert maximal force. When I do my push-ups, my forearms they bend out a little bit. That could just be due to my own wrist tightness and lack of flexibility. Anyway, for me, this is progress. Got into the handstand position. I'm trying to avoid the parallettes for now, at least. If my wrists start to really, really hurt, I'm gonna, integrate the parallettes into my workouts as well, just to give my wrist a little bit of relief. But right now, I guess they feel okay, flat on the floor. That being said, the first, couple handstands hurt a lot. They're quite painful. Again, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I realized that my form is bad. If you look, because my left wrist is tighter, it makes me bend my elbow on my left side a little bit more just to take some of the weight off the wrist. And even though I know it and I've looked at it 1,000 times, when I'm in that position, it's so hard for me to straighten that elbow. Anyway, it's something I have to work on. I know I have to work on it. Not a lot of airtime here. That is what it is, unfortunately. I'm not breaking away from the wall. Well, I guess a little bit I am, but no amazing improvements from handstand to handstand. Just doing the reps, getting the work done, and we'll see what kind of progress can be made. Well, that's about it for this video. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Much appreciated to everybody who's watching my videos, watching my progress. I appreciate you guys a lot. If you like what I'm doing here and appreciate the effort that I'm putting into making these videos and filming them and the workouts that I'm doing, obviously share these with anybody who you think might benefit from this type of motivation. It helps motivate me as well. So with that, hope your training is going well. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.